Hi, I'm Tinny from Mini Bowl Design, and today I'm up in the studio. Now this morning I went out, I had 3 orders, and I got all the stuff for that. After my video talking about stocking stuffers, SS1s are starting to sell, and that's good. I like building them, they're a great stove. And by coincidence, today I'm using my SS1 to test the flat bottom pots. Okay, let me flip the camera around and I'll talk while I'm showing you stuff. Now, this is one of the flat bottom pots, and you can see if you look down inside, there's no ridge. That normal ridge is gone, so you can reach right inside of these pots. You can see they're big enough so you can put your hand right inside of them and clean them, unlike the original beer can pot with the original top on it. And they've got the press-in ring, so they last forever, and you'll never have any problem with that. But here's the deal. I really didn't get a big outpouring of wow when I showed this on my last video. Let me flip the camera around. I actually, not thinking, expected to get more feedback and more enthusiasm with a flat bottom pot. But after thinking about it a while, it dawned on me, wait a minute, people aren't cooking with these pots, so that ridge down the bottom isn't really that big a deal. Because if you're not cooking, you don't get anything cut. If you're just using it for a coffee cup, you swish it out with water and you get on, it's no big deal. But if you were cooking with it, getting rid of that ridge in the bottom would be nice, to say the least, because I've cooked with one of these, and you're trying to get your spoon in there and keep the food from getting down in that wedge area down in it's not good. And the flat bottom is nice. You can just put your hand right in there and wipe it right out. Beautiful. Okay, so the only thing that this would really be an advantage for would be somebody who cooks with one of these pots. Obviously, that's not a big crowd. You'd have to cook with a beer can pot. To actually cook with it, use it as your primary pot, you'd have to be a Graham weenie. And I mean a super Graham weenie. Super Graham weenie. Now this pot is probably something that maybe people like John Abella, he might use that for a pot, like a 1-ounce pot, something like that. I haven't weighed this, I don't know what it weighs, but he wouldn't even use a lid on it. He'd put a piece of aluminum foil over it or something, because he's a super Graham weenie. And for him, if you use it for a primary cook pot, not having that ridge in there would be a big advantage. Okay, enough of that. Now let's talk about design. You got to realize that when you do something like this, there's a lot of things to take into consideration. Number one, is it going to work? Well, the only way to know if it's going to work is I've got 4 of them here. And I'm just going to keep boiling water and goof around with them, see if they're going to last or if they're going to develop a leak. You don't know. I mean, I don't think they will because of the way I've done it. The second thing is I didn't just put something there flat in the bottom. That doesn't work. Trust me, I ruined a bunch of them trying that, and nope. So, there's obviously more to this process than just running something down there. And if you could do that, everybody'd be doing it. And obviously nobody is, so there's more to it than that. It's a multi-step process, some of it done on the lathe, to get this to where you have a flat bottom that is dependable. Now, here's the problem. I'd love, and I have the footage right on this camera I'm shooting with. I shot it this morning. I'm just all giddy about showing you how I do this because it's very unique. Totally non-linear, very unique. But the problem is, if I show you how I do it, somebody's going to start copying it, not give me credit for it, and say it was their idea, and they're just going to run with it and start selling them. And that would make me mad. So to save myself some personal grief and anger, I can't show you. I mean, 99% of you guys 99.999% of you guys would love to see how I do this, and I'd love to show it to you. And I know that 99.9% of you guys would be no problem. But there's that 1/10 to 1% that it would be a problem. So I can't show you. Yeah, I'm not going to show you and then sit around holding my breath waiting for somebody to start selling flat bottom Foster's pots. Now, this pot, if it pans out, and like I said, I've done 4 of them this morning, and I haven't had any problem yet, but you know how that works. Anyway, has no seams, has no glue, unlike the old pots that I used to cut the bottom out of and then make an aluminum or a copper piece and glue it in. There's no seams, no glue, no ridges, nothing. It's just a flat bottom Foster's pot, which is perfect. Nothing to fail. What can I say? And like I said, I'd love to show you how I do this, but maybe someday. So, I'm going to go downstairs and eat some dinner, and just came back from the dump, filled the truck up with gas, and I'm going to sit here and boil water in these pots and see how they pan out. I'm Tinny from Mini Bull Design. Try to have a really great day, and try to have some fun today. You deserve it. Bye-bye.